Hey Coral, what is your favorite part about the 4th of July?
I love watching the fireworks. I will not set them off. I really love having 10 fingers. It's a hobby of mine. It's a passion of mine, actually. But that, and just, having a good time, eating some food off the grill. It's a great time. What about you?
I also like watching fireworks, but not setting them off. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved them. I loved the little snap ones that you could throw.
Oh, well, those are fun.
Yeah. But yes, I also I love food. Like, we gotta have a good hamburger.
Oh, yeah.
Potato salad, maybe hanging out at the pool or something. It's nice to just, have a day off and celebrate our freedom.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Books and Banter. I'm Coral.
I'm Jamie.
And today we are celebrating the 249th birthday of America by taking a look back and reading some historical fiction that takes place in America. Mm-hmm. So, Jamie, what did you read?
I read Harlem Rap City by Victoria Christopher Murray. So this follows the life of Jessie Redmond Fawcett. She was a poet, she was an editor, she was a novelist. She also taught French in the public school system. But this book follows her time as the literary editor of The Crisis, which was an NAACP magazine founded by W.E.B. Du Bois. And so he kind of charges her with discovering young writers, and she does a great job of that. She finds talent such as County Cullen, Nella Larson, and Langston Hughes. And so, but she's doing great work, but her work is kind of complicated by the fact that she is having an affair with Du Bois. It's also complicated by the fact that she wants his job. She wants to be editor someday because he travels a lot. He goes to conferences. He has speaking engagements, and so I think she sort of felt like he wasn't really focused on the magazine. But I really enjoyed this. I learned a lot. I'd never heard of her before, so I learned about her. I learned a little bit about Du Bois. The book does focus a lot on their relationship, and I do like that the author is showing us that these are real people, but people have flaws. So I may not have always agreed with Jessie's choices, but she definitely felt real to me. And this is available in print as an ebook and an e-audio on Libby.
Yeah, mine's kind of similar in a way because mine is also like fictional accounts of real people. Mine goes a little further back. Mine takes place during the Gilded Age. Mine is The Social Graces by Renee Rosen. So Renee Rosen in general, she kind of does what your book did and what this one is, and where she takes real people from mostly American history and she fictionalizes their life a little bit, but just as a way to kind of humanize them in a way where you hear about these people in history and you have these thoughts about them, but this gives them that depth. But this one takes place during the Gilded Age, which is 1876 through 1908 approximately, mostly New York City. This was the time period where we saw kind of old money versus new money. There was a lot of money being made in the railroads. American society was really expanding. So this follows two major players. So this follows Caroline Astor, who was that old money, and then Alva Vanderbilt, who was that new money. And their kind of famous feud where Caroline was the top of society, and Alva would do anything to try to be a part of it, and Caroline didn't particularly like her. But it was really interesting because it follows both points of view, so it swaps back and forth, and then you kind of have this third point of view that is society, that kind of is how the general consensus kind of thought about these characters. But it's very in-depth, it's very well researched, it's really interesting because you read about this person in the book and then you go and Google and look at the picture of them, or they talk about the buildings or the houses that they built, so you can kind of look online and see pictures of these real places. So that was really fun for me as a nerd, just like looking up stuff. Also, if you're watching the Gilded Age on HBO, this is a great show, or a great book to kind of supplement that. But it is a really great book, and it is available in print.
Nice. You reminded me when you mentioned that when your book take place. I kind of forgot to mention that mine takes place during like the Harlem Renaissance. So I think it starts off in like 1919, but it goes through a few periods of time, and they talk about the Tulsa Race Massacre. So in 1921. Okay, well, hopefully a couple of these choices will sound interesting to you, but as always, just be sure and check content warnings of any book you might be interested in. We like these books, but, it may not be for you. So if there is something that you would like to read, you can always, if you're looking for something to read, you can come to your local librarian and ask us. We would be happy to help you find something. You can check out some of our other videos. And until then, have a happy 4th of July, and we'll see you next time. Bye!